How you get like that? How the whole team go flex like? How the whole phone think a jet like? How the think go flex like?
How you get like that? How the whole team go flex like that? How you fly a jet like that? How you be on the road when the feds like that? And the feds go hard, so we gotta hit the gas when we see them cars. Now we can't go back on see them bars. Locked in the gym, now we them stars. Now we locked.
Hey, yo, what up, squad? Welcome back to HOODROK Entertainment, bro. Realest, illest, dopest, most active reaction channel on YouTube. Yo, what's up, Canada? Ontario. Yo, what up, Canada? So, yo, we're gonna tap into this, see what's up with this. We've got a whole bunch coming up today, so I've still got to do part 3 of Population Zero, the world without humans. I've still got to do a couple more. I've got to do a reaction from Sweden. We've got a couple from Sweden actually. So yo, hit that notification bell. You already know what it is. HOODROK Entertainment where it's at. Click up, squad. I'll tap in. Yo, let's get into this. This one here, bro. What's hidden behind Niagara Falls? Yo, what up, Mr. Dan? Yo, this is the one I was talking about, my bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna get into this. See what's up. Click up, bro. Squad. Yo. Hey yo, what up, squad? Welcome back to HOODROK Entertainment, bro. Realest, illest, dopest, most active reaction channel on YouTube. What up, Canada? What up, Ontario, actually? Yo, what up, Ontario? So, yo, we got a short 10-minute documentary, a short 10-minute video on what's hidden behind Niagara Falls. I'm trying to get into this, bro, because I've been talking a lot lately with one of our loyal squad members, Mr. Dan. What's up? What's up, bro? I told you this one was coming, my nigga. Yo, so I'm dying to get into this, bro. Click up, squad up, tap in, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and do that. Go check out the rest of the stuff on my channel, bro. You're going to see a geography and history playlist pop up at the end, bro. There's a whole bunch in there. There's comedy playlists, the sports playlist. There's over 2,500 hip-hop reactions on my channel. There's also going to be a Facebook link in the description box, bro. I started the Facebook page yesterday for all of the content that gets blocked on YouTube. All of my reactions that have been blocked on YouTube will be getting uploaded onto that Facebook. So all that exclusive shit, bro. Alright? So make sure you follow that link. Send that friend request. I'm checking it every 10 minutes, bro, to accept new friends. And you can get that exclusive exclusive shit, alright? So make sure you do that, bro. Let's get into this. What's hidden behind Niagara Falls? You know I wrote that extra long one. You know I wrote that extra long one for this. Pause on that too. Y'all niggas ain't gonna get me. Let's get it.
Seeing Niagara Falls. I don't think... Is there anyone on Earth who doesn't dream of seeing Niagara Falls? I don't think so. Every year, this...
Mr. Dan, he doesn't dream of seeing Niagara Falls. The nigga lives there.
Natural wonder is visited by about 14 million tourists. Everyone dreams of taking a photo here, refreshing themselves in the cool spray of the waterfall, and of course, tossing in a coin for luck. It would seem, what mysteries could possibly be hiding?
I don't want to be no spoil sport or burst anyone's bubble, but that's actually bad for the river, bro. It's bad for the water. Throwing all that copper and all that, you know what I mean? All those metals in the river is bad, bro.
In a place with such a huge flow of people, it turns out it still has its secrets. Some of them are pretty eerie, but I still try to unravel them. Today, I'm going to tell you something that likely isn't told in geography lessons. We're going to visit one of the most terrifying places within the vicinity of the waterfall. Then we're going to learn about the brave people who risk their lives for the sake of conquering the dangerous element. We'll then walk along the bed of the Niagara River and discover many interesting things. It's time to get out your raincoats. The journey begins. We used to refer to it simply as Niagara Falls, but in fact, this is a whole complex of waterfalls on the Niagara River. Horseshoe Falls is a waterfall located in the Canadian province of Ontario, and America...
I didn't know any of this. I always thought Niagara Falls was just... You look ashamed.
Is a waterfall...
I always thought that this was Niagara Falls. Just this. I didn't realize Niagara Falls is a whole bunch of waterfalls, and this part of Niagara Falls is called Horseshoe Falls. I never...
Canadian province of Ontario, and American Falls and Bridal Veil Falls in the state of New York, USA.
Gotcha.
Niagara Falls serves as a kind of border between the two countries.
I didn't know that neither. I didn't realize you could go to Niagara Falls in America. Well, you know, geographically. Geographically, you can go to Niagara Falls in New York.
Its history began about 16,000 years ago during the last ice age. At that time, the northern regions of the North American continent were covered by a glacier.
No, technically, Niagara Falls is Horseshoe Falls, right? But, well, technically, Horseshoe Falls is Niagara Falls, not Niagara Falls is Horseshoe, or vice versa. But we only call it Niagara Falls because it's on Niagara River, right? When Niagara Falls, technically Niagara Falls is all the falls, American Falls, Horseshoe Falls, whatever, you know what I mean?
Glacier more than 1.5 kilometers or 1 mile thick. When the ice retreated, the Great Lakes were formed. About 12,000 years ago, the waters flowing from the lakes made a path for themselves, later cutting a channel, the Niagara River. The lakes were arranged in a cascade, and the water flowed from one to the other. This is how one of the world's most famous waterfalls was born. Today, its size is admired. You can draw waterfalls was born. Today,
I didn't realize Ontario, I know it's right, and I know it's a borderline state, I get it. But I didn't realize like Niagara itself, Niagara Falls, like the city there, was so close to New York. I didn't realize it.
this is how one of the world's most famous waterfalls.
You see what I'm saying? I didn't realize that was it right there. That's how you, yo, come on. My next year, my nigga. Where the fuck have I been?
Falls was born. Today, its size is admired. You can draw a parallel between
you can't
it
blame
and the
me, bro.
world's
From New
most famous
Zealand,
attractions. For example, the height of Niagara Falls can be compared to the Arc de Triomphe in Paris or the famous Leaning Tower of Pisa, and the speed of its flow is so incredible that it's comparable to a tsunami. It would take the average family about 7.5 years to use up the volume of water that flows through Niagara Falls in just 1 second. But what's hidden behind this mighty column of water? I'll start with the fact that Devil's Hole is located on the territory of the national park. This is the name of a cave, which it's best to steer clear of. This may not seem very scientific, but it's believed that evil spirits live here. And for anyone who dares to climb inside, trouble awaits. It sounds improbable, but even in the guidebooks, this place is not recommended to visit. Fatal accidents always happen here. The sinister power of the cave was tested in the 17th century by the famous explorer of North America, La Salle. Legend has it that an evil spirit spoke to him and ordered him to return home immediately and end his expeditions and exploration of the world. The traveler ran out of the cave in horror, but chose not to believe the evil spirit. He continued to conquer new lands. Bad luck came to him one by one. Diseases, pirates, shipwrecks. But La Salle continued his expedition. Unfortunately, somewhere off the coast of Texas, it all came to an end. Tired sailors mutinied and simply killed their leader. The predictions of the evil spirit came true. We can only wonder if it was just a beautiful legend or really the machinations of the same spirit. But in the 18th century, something much worse happened here. In the year 1763, 81 British soldiers met their death here. They were attacked by the Seneca Indian tribe. The natives outnumbered their opponents by at least 3.5 to 1. The outcome of the battle was predictable. Some were killed, some were thrown into the abyss. Then the horses and wagons were also thrown in. After this terrible story, the place was considered cursed. There's another feature of the waterfall. The fact is that in the summer, the water flow becomes weaker than in other seasons. And at night, it generally decreases by half. Who or what is stealing the water from the waterfall? It turns out that these are power plants. A strict schedule for water intake from the waterfall was developed in the middle of the 20th century. This was done on account of tourism. In order to continue attracting thousands of people to the waterfall every day, it was necessary to maintain the same water pressure. Therefore, it was decided to conduct the main water intake at night and during the low tourist season. However, there were times in the history of the waterfall when it could have lost its tourists altogether, just because it stopped. In the mid-19th century, this stop lasted 30 hours. A strong storm broke the ice on Lake Erie, and one of the ice flows blocked the course of the Niagara River. This natural dam shifted only when the wind changed direction. 121 years later, the waterfall dried up again, but this time it was a planned operation. Unprecedented measures to stop the waterfall were taken in order to preserve it and reduce rock erosion. A temporary stone-earth dam was built. The best specialists were sent to study the riverbed and repair any damage. Deteriorating pieces were fixed together with bolts. All of their forces were thrown into the fight against erosion. When the work was finished, the artificial dam was blown up and the waterfall resumed its torrents. Stopping the waterfall revealed not only piles of stones and many coins,
dead bodies
were also found under the waterfall.
I was about to say,
surprisingly,
dead bodies.
there were only 2 of them. There should have been a whole cemetery. About 40 people die here every year. But it seems that the bodies of others are simply carried away from the waterfall by the rapid river. In general, jumping into the waterfall was once considered almost a folk sport. Since the 19th century, it has attracted daredevils from all over the world. First, people tried sending a boat with animals on board down the waterfall. These pioneers were a bear, a bison, 2 foxes, and 2 geese. But only 1 goose survived. People weren't deterred by such a bleak result. It's believed that the tradition of jumping from the waterfall was established by a certain Sam Patch. He jumped from a high tower into the gorge below the waterfall and survived. Then the crazy race to conquer the stormy elements began. People tried swimming under the waterfall, going over it in barrels, and even huge rubber balls. As you can imagine, few managed to survive. Other daredevils chose a way of conquering the waterfall by air. They walked on a tight wire or rope from one side of the gorge to the other. It was only in the year 2012 that a brave man dared to pass over the waterfall from one country to another. His feat is now considered the longest tightrope walk in history. The coast of the Niagara River also has its secrets.
Sorry about that, yo. My headphones went flat. I had to go and recharge my headphones. Shit, so let's carry on, But this is tripping me the fuck out. It's tripping me out. I didn't even know 90% of this shit, you know what I mean? I obviously know about Niagara Falls, but in all the postcards you see and all the fucking, you know what I mean, and all the brochures and that, you don't see all the city behind it and stuff. It shows you the falls like it's out in the middle of the fucking, like in the middle of nature and shit. Really, it's just a river that cuts through some cities and shit. Like it's, like the waterfalls right there in the city type shit. No, anyway, let's carry on.
Of the Niagara River also has its secrets. Here, just 12 kilometers, almost 7.5 miles upstream from Niagara Falls, more than 20,000 artifacts have been found. The earliest ones are at least 4,000 years old. These finds open a window into the distant times when people lived a nomadic life and engaged in hunting, fishing, and collecting plants. This is revealed by the tools found here. Stones were used to make arrowheads and spears, as well as drills. Later artifacts were also found near Niagara Falls. They include bullets that seem to date back to the 1930s or 40s. More secrets of Niagara Falls will be revealed in future stops at the waterfall. Centuries-old rocks contain many more fossils, and how many interesting things might be hidden at the bottom of the lake. In 50 years, progress will have taken a step forward. You'll definitely be able to discover and study more artifacts. The waterfall is planned to be stopped once again to replace the century-old pedestrian bridges.
It's planned to be stopped again. Yo, it's crazy how humans can do this shit. Stop a river like that, you know what I mean? Oh, we need to fix a couple things. Just stop the river, my G. It ain't just the river like down the road, like the one across the road from me. Just like, you know what I mean? Shit. Out of here, bro.
To be stopped once again to replace
humans
the
have done some,
century-old
you know what I mean?
pedestrian bridges. This operation was supposed to begin in the year 2019, but due to funding, it was postponed indefinitely. What do you think? When will they stop the waterfall? Write a date in the comments. And if you know what else is lurking in the...
When do you think they'll stop the waterfall? Write a date in the comments. That's a little bit... Come on, bro. You know what I mean? That's a bit vague, like... Shit.
Waters of Niagara, be sure to let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. There are still many unsolved mysteries of our planet waiting for you.
There's another video that I saw that I just want to have a look at. What if you fall into it? Should we watch it? Should we watch it? Yo, fuck it. Let's watch it. Let's roll.
They're not the biggest falls in the world.
Yo, you see what I mean? This is how I do it on my channel, bro. This is how we do it on my channel. I just freestyle shit, bro. You don't get no choreographed shit from me, bro. This ain't no fraud ass shit. My channel's real as fuck, bro. You know what I mean? So, yo, this is what I mean. You check into the realest, illest, dopest channel. Let's go. Let's carry on with this shit.
Not by a long shot. But they're certainly among the most famous. Niagara Falls attracts millions of visitors from around the world every year.
That's
People
dope,
come
bro.
for the history.
Yo, Mr. Dan, I'm coming, my nigga.
They come for the romance. They come for the spectacular view. But some people just can't get close enough. This is What If, and here's what would happen if you fell into Niagara Falls. This is What If.
It's my boy. You know what I mean? It's my man. Bro, he's the only superhero. He's the only superhero. You know, we're not even going to get into the Superman debate and all the other superheroes. All those other rich guys that wear the cool suits. You know what I mean? But without the suits, they're just black belts and shit. They ain't shit. You know what I mean? We're not going to get into those guys who need, like, to get angry so they can get strong, or dudes that spit spider webs out of their shit, or guys that, you know what I mean? This the real deal right here, bro. Isn't it? Superman's the only superhero that actually has to dress like a human to hide who he is, when everyone else has to put masks and shit on to hide who they are, because he was born the way he is, you know what I mean?
And here's what would happen if you fell into Niagara Falls. There are 3 different waterfalls that make up Niagara Falls, but the one that gets all the attention is the Canadian Horseshoe Falls. The Canadian Horseshoe Falls is about 57 meters tall and 670 meters wide. Water rushes over its edge at a peak speed of 109 kilometers per hour, dumping about 2.8 million liters of water over its edge every second. Considering its height, its speed, and its raw natural power, it's hard to believe that anyone could survive a trip over the falls.
Yeah.
And yet, it's been done several times. Was it skill? Or was it luck? How do you survive a fall into Niagara Falls? The first person to survive a trip over Niagara Falls was Annie Edson Taylor. In 1921, on her 63rd birthday,
a bag of weed here. There's a bag of weed here, but I'm talking about the rolling in joints, so we're gonna blaze the roach.
She crawled into an oak and iron barrel and floated right over the edge of the falls.
What?
Taylor performed this stunt for money and fame, but she didn't earn much for her feat. Nonetheless, daredevils seeking to follow in her footsteps were not deterred. In 1928, for example, Jean Lucier went over Niagara Falls in a 182-centimeter rubber and steel ball lined with 32 inner tubes. Lucier survived the fall and spent the rest of his life selling souvenirs to tourists. Not all the daredevils were as lucky as Taylor and Lucier.
Oh, but don't be stupid.
In fact, of the 16 people who've tried to beat the falls, just a little more than half have lived to tell the tale.
Are those odds? Let me just ask you this. Are those odds good enough for you to give it a try, bro? Let's say 55% of the niggas that have done it have survived. 45% of them haven't. Nah, bro. That's a coin flip, cuz. That's a coin flip, bro. That's a coin flip. You know what I mean? You're flipping a coin, bro. You're flipping a coin. What do I get? I've got tails, bro.
To date, only 5 people have survived an unprotected fall down the Canadian Horseshoe Falls. The first and youngest was Roger Woodward in 1960. He was only 7 years old at the time when a boating accident caused him to be swept overboard and over the edge of the falls. Woodward was rescued shortly after and made a full recovery after spending just 3 days in the hospital being treated for a concussion. Today, that event is still referred to as the Miracle at Niagara. Most rescuers and experts at Niagara consider unprotected survival stories to be blind luck. But there are some strategies that might just save your life if, for any reason, you find yourself hurtling 109 kilometers per hour in freezing cold water towards the edge of a 57-meter drop. The first thing you need to remember, just before you go over, is to take a really deep breath. When you reach the bottom, there will be so much water swirling around you, not to mention the intense pressure of the water falling from above, that you could easily suffocate. So, taking a big gulp of air before your fall could buy you some time. You'll also want to take precautions to protect your head. If you can, orient yourself so that you fall feet first. Then, you'll want to wrap your arms around your head with your elbows over your nose and clench your eyes and mouth shut as tightly as possible. In fact, you should tense up all your muscles and bring your legs together before impact, making your body as watertight as possible.
Just be careful, bro. Just be careful not to fall in the water. Alright? Don't do nothing stupid. Stay behind the barriers. If you're blazing, definitely stay behind the barriers, bro. Don't be stupid.
You're already incredibly lucky if you survive the fall, but that doesn't mean your ordeal is over. The water temperature below the falls is around the freezing mark, which gives you about 15 minutes to get out of there before hypothermia kicks in. You'll likely be badly bruised and terribly disoriented, but if you can stay calm and focused, you might just be one of the lucky to survive a fall into Niagara Falls. Of course, the best way to survive a fall into Niagara.
Yo, look how lucky this dude was. He was about to go. And hopefully this nigga here would have come save
Niagara Falls. Of course, the best way to survive is to pay attention to the warning signs and respect the safety rails. After all, the falls...
That's what I said, nigga. You're too late, bro. Get this shit out of here. I already told these niggas. I already told y'all niggas back up.
To the warning signs and respect the safety rail. Best way to survive is to pay attention to the warning signs and respect the safety rails. After all, the falls are huge. Do you really need to risk your life to get a closer look? Then again, people have survived crazier falls. Can you believe anyone could survive falling out of an airplane? Well, that's a story for another What If.
That was dope as hell. I'll be tapping into some more of this shit. But yo, what'd you think of that? What'd you think of those two? That was dope. That was dope and that was dope. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, Niagara Falls trips me out, bro. I can't wait to come, bro. You better help me when I get there, Mr. Dan. You know what up, bro? Hook us up with a little bit of smoke, all that shit. Anyway, everyone, you know what up, bro? Mad love for tapping in. Thanks for all the support. All the support, bro. And I mean that shit. I see you in the comment section. I see you on my Instagram. Alright, don't forget that Facebook page or style, alright? Hit that notification bell. Yeah, hit that notification bell. But yo, hit that link in the description box, bro. The boy's hard as fuck. Hey yo, stay safe, stay dangerous. We out. Peace.